Oh, no, he took the van, he had to catch a bird.
Yeah, okay.
Ted Lieu had to catch a flight, but fear not, fear not. We have the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus with us from New York, Representative Espaillat.
Thank you, Whip Clark, Ted Lieu, Espaillat, that's East Coast and West Coast. And thank you to Congress members Jayapal and Omar for inviting me. This is my first time here in Minnesota. And, I'm also an immigrant. I came from the Dominican Republic at the age of 9 on a visitor's visa. And we overstayed our visa, and now I'm a member of Congress. Mm-hmm. And we know firsthand, immigrants know firsthand what has happened in America. We read also the history of how other immigrant groups that came before us were treated, or the things they were subjected to. I remember while I was in the state legislature in New York, being stopped with my voting card by Capitol Police, and actually they wanted to take a look at it. Or being stopped by a trooper and say, "What you got your plates?" But this is different, right? Yeah. We're here because of something different. Not just, and obviously, the tragic death of Renee Good, that the entire nation is so shaken by. But this is about a runaway train. This is about, as I said in the hearing, and it was confirmed by the testimony of the witnesses, this is about an aggressive and violent weapon that has turned deadly, a deadly weapon called ICE. That's why 29 members of the House of Representatives that I believe came here today to hear from Minnesota, as we did in Chicago and in D.C., about this entity called ICE that shows up in your house masked with anonymous. How many of you will open the door, specifically in this state, to a police officer that will come masked and knock on your door? When you yourself saw the tragic killing of elected officials with someone that disguised as a police officer. So they're masked, and they don't respect churches, houses of worship. They don't respect schools. We found out in Chicago they lurk around the grounds of the schools, and some of the kids are afraid to go. In some places, they're doing virtual classes now again. They don't respect hospitals. So this is, and they use deadly force, as you know firsthand. And so this is why we're here today. We wanted to take a deep dive and hear from Minnesota about this entity called ICE, that I personally feel should be dismantled. There should be a pause, and we should we should have a real discussion about changes and best practices, just like you do with anything that's not working right. Do they need more training? Do they need body cameras? Should they respect churches, houses of worship, schools, and hospitals? Should they be unmasked? Immigration is a civil law matter. It's not a criminal law matter per se. And so do they need to use semi-automatic weapons or high-caliber weapons for that? These are all legitimate discussions that need to be had. That's right. And that's why we're here today. So we thank you, Minnesota, for welcoming us and making us feel right at home. And I'll tell you, I spoke to Representative Omar, and I said, "Is it cold out there?" Because I heard it's very cold here. I brought my wool jacket, and she says, "Yeah, but you better bring your passport, because I know if I walk out there, I could be subject to be stopped at any time." At any corner, at any airport, I could be stopped at any time just because how I look or my accent. And so this is why we're here today. And I think America understands that now. You see it in the numbers of people that are saying that immigration is not a bad thing, that it's a good thing. So thank you so much.
Let me bring up Representative Kelly Morrison from Minnesota.